Hello everyone. Hello. And welcome back. I mean, it's been a while. As some of you may know, I broke my leg like about a month ago. And I'm still recovering. I thought it would be a good time to stream some games, but I wasn't really able to sit comfortably. So, well, I just didn't. But now I can, so I'm back. Yeah. My leg is still not completely healed, but it's getting there. Anyway, we are back with a new game. Hercule Poirot, the first cases. I wasn't so sure about this game, but I started playing it by myself. And I was really like, oh my god, I should stream that, so that's what I'm doing. And so we can enjoy this game together. But, well, let's just get into that, alright? So I was debating whether to play the game in English or maybe have the voices in French. Because, I mean, Hercule Poirot was supposed to be Belgian. But it's a studio from the UK. And I mean, Agatha Christie was from the UK as well, so I don't know, I guess the game is written in English anyway. I have to say that I really don't know much about Hercule Poirot, really. So I'm not gonna catch any reference to anything. Essentially transferred from the Brussels police force, Officer Poirot promises to be equitable and fair in his verdict. Hey, Mrs. How are you doing today? God, the game's not smooth at all. I don't know if you can see it. Good, thanks. How are you? All right.
Oh, thank goodness. Officer, please, come quickly.
Quickly. As I was saying, I can now kind of sit comfortably, so I guess I can stream for a bit.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. How can I...
Yeah, it's getting better.
It has become a madhouse. Madame has been shouting and cursing all morning. I've never seen her so angry. But what great luck to happen upon you.
Please, try to remain calm. First, may I ask your name?
We don't have time for that. Please, hurry.
Wow. Rude. So how are you doing, Mrs.?
Mademoiselle, now we are here, I must insist on your name before I can continue any further. I am Officer Hercule Poirot.
I like his accent. It's subtle, but it's there. Well, subtle. I'm not sure if it's very subtle, but...
I am Elizabeth, but it is the maidservant that we must consider. Forgive me, officer, but are you new to the area?
I stand out so obviously.
I stand out so obviously. What makes you say that? Good, thanks. All right.
I mean no offence, only I have not seen you before. This is a small town, and you learn everyone's faces very quickly.
Very observant of you, mademoiselle. I was recently posted here from the city, and a good thing I'm here now. Let us get to the bottom of this madness you speak of.
So it is supposed to be in England, because I mean, the woman's name's Elizabeth, and she has obviously a British accent. Tell me, what has caused you to become so agitated? Do I need a French accent? Tell me, what has caused you to become so agitated?
There has been a theft at the house.
Then I am exactly where I should be, n'est-ce pas?
N'est-ce pas? Do you have a list of all the items that have been taken?
It is only one of Mademoiselle Angeline's most valuable bracelets, taken from her room.
Then its safe return is of the utmost importance.
Does the house have any suspicions as to whom is responsible?
Madame Van den Bosch, the lady of the house, believes Fleurette is behind it.
Fleurette. A French woman. You doubt Madame's theory?
I'm afraid I do. I know Madame is confident of Fleurette's guilt, but she wouldn't do such a thing. Surely a burglar is responsible, as Mademoiselle believes.
Okay.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
New mind map unlocked. Mademoiselle Elizabeth believes a burglar is behind... A burglary or a burglar? What? Is behind the bracelet's disappearance. Oh, yeah. If that is the case, there will no doubt be a sign of intrusion in the grounds. Whenever Poirot uncovers an interesting area of investigation, an objective is launched. Here you can see all the evidence relating to your very first objective. Using left stick to move your cursor, try highlighting each piece of evidence to see Poirot's interpretation of them. Okay. Elizabeth reported theft. It is not often you see such crimes committed here. This could be my chance to solve a real case. Oh my god. I don't know how to do a somewhat French accent. Elizabeth. She appears all afluster, and yet still acts in a cordial and respectful manner. The stolen bracelet. If it is such a beloved piece, it must be worth a great deal. Maybe not financially, though. Financially. Unknown culprit. There seems to be conflicting ideas of who is behind the missing bracelet. Yeah. It's important to pay attention to all information given for each piece of evidence. This will become more vital as you start making deductions. For now, press B to return to the scene. It's time to find more evidence. Elizabeth mentioned an intruder, so let's start with the Grail path, using left stick to explore. Try finding clues they may have left on the path itself. You can use left trigger and right trigger to zoom the camera out and in as you explore. Okay. So I gotta say I played that for a few minutes on my laptop, and I've seen the footprints here, which is weird because I think we both should have... Oh, hey Gizmoyo! How's it going? So there are footprints here, but this is the path we likely took to come here. So I don't know. Isn't that our footprints? Muddy footprints. Comment ça va, Gizmoyo? Ça va bien? Muddy footprints.
Oh,
While 2 sets lead away from the house, only one muddy set returns. Rather hastily, it seems. A little tired. Oh, okay. Well, if it's only a little, it's alright, I guess. Every inspection you make adds evidence to the appropriate place. Press X to view your active objectives. Wait, I need to... You can do this at any time as you explore each scene. Investigate the grounds for evidence of an intrusion. The bracelet. Notice that you have some new evidence in your mind map. Roll over the muddy footprints to see Poirot's interpretation of them. Muddy footprints. While 2 sets lead away from the house, only one muddy set returns. Rather hastily, it seems. Front of house. There is certainly enough space on the property, but I couldn't reside here in the country forever. This is only part of the picture. You'll need to explore more of the garden to find out the true nature of what happened. Press B to backtrack and return to the scene. Okay, next. Try searching the garden lawn. There must be something there that helps explain the muddy footprints. I got to change the settings because there's so much stuttering. It's... Oh, I can't change anything. Ah. My god. Can't change the graphical options. Okay. Overgrown grass.
oh.
There are no signs of trampling, but it's a shame to see a lawn so unkept. My god, this guy is the garden police. Waterlogged patch.
Huh.
This morning's shower must have been heavier than I thought. An intruder stepping here would surely leave evidence elsewhere. You now have enough evidence to make your first deduction. Access your first objective using X. Okay. Notice that the link icon has been updated. This number will increase as you find enough evidence to make more deductions. Begin by highlighting the waterlogged patch. And notice that Poirot has posed a question as part of his interpretation of waterlogged patch. Let's help him resolve this by providing an answer. Press A to start linking. Next, okay. Muddy footprints.
Magnifique.
Magnifique. Sorry, my phone crashed. Oh my god. Really? It seems the muddy footprints are the result of an earlier rain. Oh my god. This dude is a genius. Well done. You just made your first deduction. Linking evidence gives you new evidence to use in your investigation. In this case, you've also unlocked a new action, as represented by the dialogue icon. Press B to return to the objective screen. Wait, I want to check everything here. Footprints from earlier. It seems the muddy footprints are the results of an earlier rain. Okay. Garden lawn. A sizable garden. When the weather permits, it must be perfect for entertaining. Yeah, on my old phone, because I haven't set Twitch up on my new phone. Oh, you got a new phone? I hope it's a nice one. Overgrown grass. There are no signs of trampling. Okay. Talk to a little best to advance the investigation. Okay. Is this old? Is really, really old. Okay. But you could watch on your computer, right? Okay, I need to talk to Elizabeth. Unlocked actions are summarized next to each objectives. In this case, maybe Elizabeth can provide more information about the footprints. Go and talk to her about your findings. Okay. Hello?
Of course, officer. How can I help?
The footprints on the path are fresh today. Do you know who they belong to? I could not help noticing the unkept lawn. Is there not an employed gardener?
There is, sir. Luke. But he was called away from the house on a personal matter. Rahana, our cook, accompanied him.
Okay. You could. Oh. With no gardener present. Oh, we are just thinking, okay. With no gardener present, there was no one tending to the lawn this morning, but still, no sign of anyone stepping across it. The footprints on the path are fresh today. Do you know who they belong to?
One set must be mine, leaving to find you. The other set must be Florette's. She was caught in the rain this morning.
What? Makes no sense. That explains the hurried, scuffled nature of the prints. Wait. So Florette ran out. So that's why we have footprints going out. But we have two sets of footprints coming in. So that's us. Wait. Something's not right. No, there are two sets getting out. Oh, I don't... There's something weird about those prints.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
This is just the beginning. There's so much more to uncover. Try exploring the rest of the garden, collecting evidence and making deductions until you're able to solve your first objective. Remember, you can use X to view your objectives and related actions at any time. Okay, intruder didn't use the path. I can strike the path off my list of potential access points. There must be signs of an intruder elsewhere in the ground. Inspect the garden, okay. Intruder didn't use the lawn, okay. Wait, there's more? What did I miss? I didn't miss anything. Why is it... Oh, there's a link to do. Footprints. Garden lawn. Intruder didn't use the path. Intruder didn't use the lawn. I don't know what link we're supposed to make. We're gonna try to find more evidence. Can we not run in this game? Wait, no. There's no running in this game, my god. Bench carving.
Ah.
A declaration of love has been carved into the bench. L loves E. Okay. Wooden ladder. Oh, judging by the condition of this ladder, I wouldn't trust it with my weight. Perhaps a braver man than I perched this elsewhere against the roof. Side door.
Aha.
It appears to be rusted shut, and if these cobwebs are anything to go by, it hasn't been unlocked in some time. Perhaps they entered another way. Perhaps. So we've been through the garden, overgrown grass. Maybe inspect the front gate. No? Okay. Front door.
Aha.
There are no signs of tampering or a forced entry. Open window? What? What open window?
Huh.
Oh. It's an impossible climb to reach it unassisted. The ledge beneath it appears rather precocious. Okay. I think we've seen everything. Alright, let's make some links. Side door, side of house, wooden ladder, open window, bench carving. Okay, I think we have a link from the wooden ladder to the open window.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I have found no practical or logical way for someone to have reached the window. Perhaps another means of entry was attempted. What? No scaled access. Okay. Two more links. Oh my god. I have no idea what to do. What should I link? Intruder didn't use the path, so it's not going to be the front door. Intruder didn't use the lawn. What happens if I link stuff that is not supposed to be linked together?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
It is linked together, okay. I could not find signs of an unwanted visitor in the garden. Did someone cover the tracks? No unlawful access through the garden. But what about the footprints? Front door, muddy footprints. I'm gonna talk to Elizabeth.
Of course, officer. How can I help?
Is there a little romance in this house?
Excuse me, officer?
The carving on the bench. Forgive me, I was not suggesting anything untoward.
Untoward?
Oh, of course not. Yes. I suppose there must be.
There must be.
Would you know the identity of the mysterious L and E?
I'm afraid not. Perhaps they were old residents. A pair of star-crossed lovers, perhaps. Madame does not allow distracting staff relationships.
L and E? Maybe E is for Elizabeth. I don't know.
Love is not something that can be harnessed so easily.
That is Madame's rule, and I wouldn't want to be the one that challenges her on it.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Okay, so anything new? No. Bench carvings. L loves E. What about that? The bench carvings and Elizabeth. Oh, you can't link to. Okay. That's not gonna work. Inspect the garden. Side door. What am I missing? Footprints, front door? I don't know. What about that?
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
Okay. Uh, I feel like you can deduce stuff from the way the clues are organized, because the links, I don't think they're gonna put a link through like other lines. Like imagine if we link this to this, that wouldn't make any sense.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
So maybe the side door and the front door?
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Oh, well, they would be right. Neither of the external doors have been damaged or shown any sign of an unwanted visitor. No forced entry. Neither are external doors. Okay. No unlawful access through the garden. And no forced entry.
I must take a different
No.
approach if I am to uncover the truth. Is there something I am not seeing?
That and that.
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps...
Intruder didn't use the lawn. Wait, those two? No scaled access. Oh, yeah.
things are beginning to become clearer.
I could not find any sign of an unlawful entry into the house. Will I find signs of an intrusion elsewhere in the grounds? One more link. Okay, so I should link this to... What is that?
I
No.
must act on thought.
This and that, maybe?
I should not
Oh,
be
yeah.
surprised by my own skills of deduction.
With no obvious signs of a burglar, perhaps I should be looking at those inside for answers. This is not the start I was expecting. There are no signs of an intruder at all. There is something amiss. Oh, the game's afoot. I must remain vigilant and keep my wits about me. Possible inside job. Oh my god. Talk to Elizabeth. Okay. Here, Liz.
I have conducted my initial inspection of the house and grounds. It is now necessary for me to speak with those in the house.
Of course. Thank you, officer. I'm sure Madame Van den Bosch will be happy to hear the police are investigating.
Forgot the name of the gardener. Oh, I suspect there will be someone inside who will not be as pleased to hear it. Okay, can we go inside now? Okay. Oh, I presume this is the lady of the house. She holds quite a presence, and from what Mademoiselle Elizabeth has said, she is not one to be on the wrong side of. I must talk with her before beginning my search. Hello? Cassandra.
Who are you? You are not the commanding
Oh
officer
my God.
I requested.
Well, no.
No, dear madame, I am Officer Hercule Poirot. I can assure you that...
This will simply not
Oh
do.
my god.
I sent Elizabeth to bring me a competent lawman.
And that is what she has brought, madame. Now, I would like to continue my investigation.
I understand a bracelet has gone missing.
You understand correctly. It is my daughter's bracelet. It is a rather expensive piece.
Okay.
And valuable to your daughter, no doubt. It was a gift.
Yes, it was from her late father, my husband, the Viscount, and it has not gone missing. It was stolen.
Okay. Wait. I've been informed that you believe you have caught the culprit.
I do not believe so. I know so. It was Florette, the maidservant. I knew I could not trust her.
And why is that?
Because she's French, obviously.
Because I don't. I do not need to explain myself any further, especially to a measly officer.
Okay. You do not believe that there was an intruder in the house?
Don't be ridiculous. I have told you who is guilty. If there had been a break-in, surely it would be your job to stop them.
Yes?
If it was the case, of course, madame. Although I cannot predict a burglar's movement.
Perhaps then you have proved me right, and you aren't the competent officer I require.
Wait, what? Never have I met someone so adamant that they don't require help from the police. Her accusation against the maid is rather questionable. There must be more to the story, and it is my duty to uncover it.
Merci, madame. You have been most helpful.
Very diplomatic. Oh, new mind map unlocked. So, Madame van der Borch. Van den Borch? Oh my god, how do you pronounce that in English? How do you pronounce that? Wait, is this like Dutch? Dutch name? Van den Borch? I don't know how to pronounce that. Was so quick to accused? Oh my god. Is it? To accuse? Was so quick to accuse the maidservant, Florette. I wonder if this hasty accusation hides behind a deeper reason. Main hall. I can imagine this was once a beautiful entrance to a grand home. Okay. Cassandra. I certainly would not like to be on the wrong side of Madame. Cassandra confirms theft. Cassandra has reiterated what Elizabeth told me earlier. Cassandra accused Florette. Cassandra is adamant Florette is guilty, but there is no glaring evidence to suggest it. Cassandra dismisses burglary. The thought of a burglary seems to be out of the question for Cassandra. Okay. Each time you meet a new character, you'll unlock their character profile. Press Y to view a list of everyone you've met so far. From this list of characters, use left stick to change the selected character and A to view their associated character profile. Okay. Character profile. Oh my god! How many? Oh my god. Character profiles are expanded as you play through the prologue and main story. Press B to backtrack when you're ready. Cassandra accused Florette. Oh, this is the dialogues we had, I guess. Connections. Secrets. Wait, what? What about Elizabeth? Facts. She reported the theft. Yes. Okay, let's look around. Auction crate. Various art pieces have been packed and addressed to the auction house. I assume Madame did this. Ming vase. Telephone. Oh, it does not seem to be working. Why would a house of this side be without a working telephone? I'm guessing they have some money problems. Portrait of gentleman. A rather impressive portrait, I must say. No, I'm not gonna go upstairs right now. Aha! A coat. There is nothing particular about this coat. But what is this in the pocket? What? Hidden inside the coat pocket. Although fairly plain, it is still an attractive item of jewelry. I wonder if it holds a special significance. Wait, what? A ring? A gold band. That's weird. Searching the kitchen is not essential to my current investigation. Okay. To a room. It's locked, and sobbing can be heard inside. I assume Madame has taken the law into her own hands. A rose and crossed arrow symbol adorn the door, perhaps a signal of forbidden love. Wait, what? Come, my little grey cells, let us solve this mystery. Man is talking to his brain. Oh, we can go upstairs. Okay. I'm gonna talk to her first. Hello?
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine.
My god, could she be more obnoxious? Would you permit me to enter the lounge?
Only if you are prepared to take Florette away.
It is an offense to incarcerate someone without suitable proof of misdeeds. I must question Mademoiselle Florette to gather her version of events.
If you will not do your duty and lock her up, then I must. She shall remain there, and I, the key holder, until she is led from the room in handcuffs.
My god. I couldn't help but admire the handsome monsieur in the portrait on the wall.
And what is your point?
May I ask of the subject?
You may not. Honestly, your prying is getting on my last nerve.
Okay.
Merci, madame. You have been most helpful.
Most helpful indeed. Okay, so what do we have here? Main hall. Gold band, okay. Portrait of a gentleman. Telephone is not working. Unknown subject to the portrait, okay. Cassandra holds the master key, okay. Lounge door, okay. Sobbing can be heard, it's locked. The rose and bar and a cross. Strange symbol. A reference to great William Shakespeare. Oh my god, I don't have this reference. Mrs., do you know what it's about? Talk to Cassandra and Elizabeth to advance the investigation. Okay. Could talk to Elizabeth. Need to go outside. Hello?
Mademoiselle Elizabeth, I hope you are feeling less distressed now. I can assure you I shall find the guilty party and the bracelet.
Thank you, officer. Yes. All I want is for Florette to be heard.
Bien sûr. Rest assured she will get the fair trial she deserves. I wonder if you could help me with some questions regarding the house.
Of course. Whatever I can do to help.
There is sobbing coming from behind the locked lounge door.
When I left, Madame was with Fleurette in there. Surely she would not have locked her in. It must have been an accident.
Must have been, yeah.
Madame Vandenbosch should not be deciding her fate.
Vandenbosch,
Would you grant
okay.
me access to speak with her?
I would, sir, but I don't have the key. There is a spare somewhere, though. Oh, how awful, the thought of her locked in there.
Do you have any thoughts as to where I may find it?
I'm sorry. Madame does not trust the staff with such knowledge, even me. Although I did overhear her once say it was hidden somewhere, close to her heart. Whatever that means.
Oh, behind the portraits. Pretty sure. Oh, I am filled with sorrow for the young girl trapped in the lounge, but I must admit I have missed the thrill of solving a good puzzle. Perhaps the countryside is not as tedious as it seems on the surface.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Okay, let's get in. I'm gonna have to link stuff. Wait. I can't make any link yet. Spare key, close to heart. Let's go upstairs. Wait, what? What?
Ah.
There has obviously been something previously hanging in this position. Was it stolen? I wonder. Wait, that's super weird. Like, there would be a painting, but it's like there was a mirror or something. I don't know, that's... To a room. What about the books? Can you see? Searching the bathroom is not essential to my current investigation. How does he know that? Oh, this must be the scene of the crime. I was expecting to find clues, not who I assume is the daughter. I can only hope she has not tampered with the scene. Hello. Hope she's nicer than her mother. Angeline.
What do you think you're doing in here? Who let you in?
Wait, what's this accent?
Mademoiselle Angeline, I presume. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Officer Hercule Poirot.
An officer of the law? But what are you doing here? Don't you need to be chasing down the burglar?
Your bracelet has gone missing. It is only correct. I speak with all members of the house and investigate the scene of the crime.
Okay, so is this in France? I'm starting to wonder now.
Ah, if we must.
Merci. I will attempt to take up as little of your time as possible.
Why don't you begin by telling me about what has happened?
Some rat stole my bracelet this morning. Even though it's clear someone has broken in, Maman refused to listen and blamed Fleurette.
Yeah, everyone is French. Okay.
You sound very convinced it was taken by someone from outside of the house.
My window was open when I returned. How else can you explain that?
The bracelet in question must have been of particular value to justify such a daring burglary.
It is of great value. Money was no object to father.
It was a gift from your father. I can only assume it holds great value to you also.
Of course it does. What a silly thing to say. It's a good thing Maman had it insured with the others.
Aha! I am trying to understand how someone could have entered and exited your room unnoticed.
It must have been while I was down at breakfast with Elizabeth. She was with me all morning.
Okay.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth was with you until you discovered the bracelet was missing?
She was. She woke me up later than usual. I washed and dressed, and we went down to the lounge for breakfast.
You
Okay.
have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything I can to find the culprit and return your bracelet.
Your mind map. What? This is where the bracelet in question was last seen. I must investigate the crime scene thoroughly, leaving no stone unturned. Angeline's morning. According to Angeline, she arrived for breakfast with Elizabeth. Okay. The valuables are insured. Haha. The timing could not have been more perfect for Madame to insure the jewelry. Perhaps just a coincidence? Perhaps. Angeline confirms burglary. She remains adamant a burglar is responsible for the theft. Okay. The scene of the crime may hold many secrets. Okay. Jewelry box. Oh, this must be where the piece in question has disappeared from. So many beautiful pieces remain. Oh, that's weird. Abandoned poker.
Oh.
It has been left out, only to not replaced in its stand. The ending has a hooked spike. What further use could it have? A poker. Is this something for to poke a fire? I'm not sure. Photograph of gentleman.
Aha.
The gentleman is the same as the one from the hallway. Judging by the cracked glass, it must have been recently dropped. Broken glass. Why are you walking on the broken glass, man?
Oh.
Oh, rather irresponsible and dangerous to leave it in this state, whether one is in a rush or not.
Mm-hmm.
The frame is noticeably cracked. Furthermore, the internal latch shows it has been opened from the inside, and rather forcefully, I must add. Rectangular dust recess.
Aha.
Something has obviously resided here for some time, and only moved recently. Fireplace. This must keep the room rather snug on a cold evening. Snug. Cleaning rag.
Ah.
It's covered in a black powder. It will not be too much of an assumption to think this has come from dealing with the fireplace. Oh. I believe I have found everything here that can help me uncover the truth. Perhaps I must consider what exactly these clues mean. Okay, let's make some links. Okay, Angeline. Okay, valuables are insured. Manhole. The garden. Wait, where? Crime scene, okay. Broken glass. Cleaning rag, abandoned poker. I'm gonna link those.
Order and method.
No?
That is the way to solve the problem. What a revelation!
It was forced open, and looking at the poker, I cannot see a delicate way it could have been done. Who would do such a thing? And why? Someone forced the window open from inside. It was forced open, and looking at the poker... Okay. Fireplace, fallen suit... Wait, what? It appears this morning weather was severe enough to shake the house to its core. A smattering of soot has fallen over the chimney. Wait, what? When did we see that? He never talked about that. Cleaning rag?
I must act on thought
Okay.
and...
No, okay. Was an opportunity to take more than just the bracelets. This must be where the piece in question has disappeared from. So many beautiful pieces remain from the jewel box. Photograph of the gentleman. The gentleman is the same as the one from the hallway. Judging by the cracked glass, must have been recently dropped. Such a delicate frame photograph is missing its protective layer of glass. But why? Because there was a key inside. Talk to Angeline and Elizabeth. Okay. Oh, there's one thing to do here. Okay. Valuable shirt. Telephone and missing painting.
This will
No?
not get me any closer to... What a revelation!
Okay, the auction crate and the missing painting. Madame is selling a great deal of her collection. Perhaps there's more to this than just redecorating. Selling heirlooms. Okay, so that's done. What about this? The foreign suit.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
It seems the photograph fell on the floor and Angeline replaced it. Angeline replaced the photograph. Talk to Angeline, okay. No?
The longer you're here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
Besides the bracelet, have you noticed anything else missing?
Is one bracelet not enough?
Please, mademoiselle, I only ask that you are sure. It's my duty to return your bracelet.
I have checked everywhere. You can ask Elizabeth if you don't believe me. It is only my bracelet that is missing.
As I have stated, it is my duty to speak with every member of the house, and I would not want to have discovered a further missing piece later.
Can I assume the photograph was cracked by accident?
How should I know? I returned to the room and father was face down on the floor. It must have been the burglar.
So it is your father that is the subject.
Isn't he handsome? I remember watching him sit for it. He kept looking across and smiling at me. The artist was getting awfully angry at him.
If you'll entertain my curiosity, would you tell me about your father?
Maman never wants to talk about him. She says it's too hard, but she acts more like she doesn't even care he's gone.
Oh my god.
I'm sure that is not the case. It must have been very hard for her, for you both.
I miss him every day. He always knew how to put a smile on my face. I remember how much fun we would have, all three of us. In the summer, father and I would play hide and seek while Maman read. She always helped me though whenever it was his turn to hide. I would stand in the gazebo, cover my eyes and count, and when I turned, he was nowhere to be seen. Maman would lower her book and flash a look towards his hiding spot. After I found him, he clapped and cheered as though I had won a gold medal.
So it's quite funny because I only learned recently what a gazebo is.
When I was hiding, it didn't matter where I was. He could never find me. I always thought I was an expert hider, but when I think back now, I know he was letting me win. He always said my smile was prize enough for him.
It's like a tent, yeah.
He always knew just what to say.
I am sure he would want you to be smiling today, even under such circumstances.
Having heard her story, I can begin to see why he is so missed. It is a tragedy, the loss of a loving father and husband.
You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything I can to find the culprit and return your bracelet.
Okay, so what do we have? Angeline's father, a fine-looking gentleman. The way Angeline spoke of him, I have no doubt he's sorely missed. Okay. Nothing else was stolen. Angeline is rather flippant with her belongings, but has not noticed any more disappearances. I need to inspect the garden as well. No, I need to talk to Elizabeth. Okay. Hello?
Certainly, officer.
Did you notice anything else missing when you returned?
Now I think of it, I don't recall seeing her memento tin.
A what? Memento tin. Could this have been what usually reside on the desk in Mademoiselle's bedroom?
She holds her keepsakes from her father and other gifts or tokens in it. She has such a wonderful collection. She's very lucky. She normally keeps it close, but I didn't see it this morning.
Okay.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
That's weird. Something else is missing. According to Elizabeth, Angeline's memento tin, where she kept her precious keepsakes, is also missing. Presumably Angeline knows about this. That's weird. Angeline's confirms burglary. Angeline's father, okay. Cassandra Fontaine-Bosch. Cassandra holds the master key. Cassandra is widowed. Oh, wait. The name of the Viscount is wait, what's his name? Edwin. So in the carving there's E, so it could be him. Gentleman is the same as the one from the hallway. Okay, can I? I can't do anything. Is this like some...
The longer you're here,
You have been of...
how come I can't... There's nothing for me to do in there. Am I missing something? there's no link to be made here. No link to be made here. What am I supposed to do now?
Huh.
Is irresponsible. Various art pieces, okay.
Really? Oh,
Merci.
What am I missing? You didn't talk to anybody about the ring?
Hmm.
That's nice. You can see everything from here. Okay. Am I supposed to inspect the garden now? Is this what I'm supposed to do?
Aha.
Impossible and climb. Okay. And what's that?
Oh.
A touching extract taken from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, expertly carved on a plaque. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and, touching hers, make bless my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight. For I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. Wait, what? Okay. What about it? Quote on a plague. Is this the link?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
I have to link this to something because now I can link something. The strange symbol, is this it?
Magnifique.
It seems someone in the house has a keen interest in the work of William Shakespeare. Interest in Shakespeare. Okay, where do I link this? Valuables are insured. Cassandra hold the key.
Another success. I never...
A key discreet enough to hide almost anywhere, even inside a book. Oh my god! Hidden inside a Shakespeare book? Talk to Elizabeth. Okay. Don't know why we were so specific about the book, but okay.
Certainly, officer.
The house contains a great deal of literature. Have you all keen readers? Are you all keen readers?
Madame is the one with the refined taste. Angeline and I are much more partial to a simple love story.
Aren't we all? Romeo and Juliet, the most famous of love stories.
Love stories.
I do enjoy it so. The passion, the romance. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Madame has a copy upstairs in the main hall.
Okay, thanks.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
One of the greatest love stories ever written. I'm glad to see Shakespeare's words are being enjoyed. And there is a key. I'm sure we can just use it and she'll never notice. Please don't mind me.
Finally, it is unlocked.
What exactly do you think
Oh,
you're doing?
okay. What exactly do you think you're doing?
If I am to serve justice, I must be able to reach and talk with young Fleurette.
The girl is guilty and shall pay the price for her crime. I shall see to that. If you wish to listen to her feeble attempts to explain herself, so be it.
How come the mother has a British accent but the daughter doesn't? Hasn't. It's kind of weird.
Everyone deserves to tell their side of the story, whether a feeble account or not.
Whether a feeble account or not. What about the father? What about the father, Mrs.? At last, I am able to speak with the accused and hear her version of events. I still have a number of questions. Perhaps she may hold the answers. We don't know, he's dead. But even so... Oh, but wait. We still don't know where this is located. Skis? Why, what? It's a place where there's a lot of snow, apparently. There are a lot of snow in England. Is there anything else before I talk to her? Apparently not. I think I should talk to her first. Yes. So maybe this is England. Fleurette, but Fleurette is... I'm sure she's French.
Mademoiselle Fleurette, I presume.
Please, officer. I did nothing wrong. You can't take me away.
She is.
Please relax, my dear. If you have done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. But it is my duty to investigate all avenues. Ah bon?
Ah bon? Oh my god. This has not been written in English.
Relax. So you don't think I took the bracelet?
As of this moment, I cannot say. But answering my questions honestly will certainly help your case either way.
You are the accused. Why don't you begin by giving me your account of this morning?
I didn't even know it was missing till I got accused of taking it. Madame was so angry. She wouldn't listen to me.
There must be some reasoning behind her accusation.
How could I have taken it? I've been in town most of the morning. I was even late coming back. Then I was preparing breakfast.
So much to do. What exactly were you tasked with this morning?
Rihanna the cook is away, so I had to fetch breakfast for the house and prepare it all myself. How does she expect me to do that all on my own?
Rihanna. So, okay, the cook.
From what I understand of Madame van den Bosch, she would not have been best pleased you returned late for breakfast.
Not best pleased? I thought she was going to batter me to death with a baguette. I hid in the kitchen and then tried to stay out of sight in the lounge until breakfast was over. Didn't want to put my head near her jaws while she was still hungry.
I have to say, I don't think she's ever pleased, Madame.
Perhaps a brave move under the circumstances. And you did not go upstairs at all.
Madame was singeing a hole in the back of my apron with her glare. I daren't have moved. I was too scared to blink the wrong way. Never mind stamping upstairs.
In this morning's rain, I assume you would have hurried your duties.
I must just be slow, monsieur. My mother always said I moved like the snail. Maybe I was just happy to be out of the house.
Oh, I struggle to believe you would risk catching a cold in such conditions for a little fresh air.
Now I am being accused of avoiding my duties? Mais enfin!
Mais enfin.
Merci. I shall take everything you have told me into consideration.
Okay, now that I have finally met young Florette, I should work to ascertain her innocence or guilt. Okay. Florette has been crying. Okay, understandable after how she has been treated by Madame today. Florette claims innocence. Florette claims to be innocent of her accused crime. Okay. Florette was dawdling. With so much to do this morning, I would have expected her to have been more focused in the time. Florette got breakfast. She must have been out of the house, battling the rain before there was even a second stir. I will assume her blunt demeanor has come from what has happened today. Angeline. Okay. Lounge. I believe this room is used by family and guests. Perhaps we shall find something useful here. Perhaps. Letter. I do not always agree with the telephone companies and their charges, but ignoring the bills will not make them disappear. Dear Madam, despite our best effort to contact you regarding your account, we have not received any response from the previous correspondence. With that in mind, you are being served a formal notice of 30 days from today to make a full payment on the outstanding balance, or we will be forced to revoke your service. If you would like to discuss the matter or have any further questions, please contact us immediately. Regards, Mr. Beaumont. The Bell Telephone Company. Bell? My God, where is this located? Bell Telephone Company. That's not a French company. Personalized handkerchief. The initials EP suggest this is Elizabeth. A nasty black soot smudge is apparent. Why would such a delicate item be used in such a stubborn stain? Soot, eh? Wet parcel. What? A wrapped parcel. Completely soaked through. I hope it has not ruined the contents. Selection of pastries.
Ah,
Oh, I could spend my morning in front of Mrs. Aubert's boulangerie taking in the smell. Oh, Mrs. Aubert's boulangerie. Poker stand. A poker stand without a fire poker is rather useless in my opinion. Where could it be? Ah. A stray fire poker shouldn't be too hard to find. Come, my little grey cells. Let us get to the bottom of this mystery. A note.
aha.
To receive such a note of devotion and love must be a delight. Signed from Luke. To whom is his love, I wonder? My love, it is an obligation that has taken me away from you, but it is my heart that will keep us together. My aunt is in much better health. Rest and some company. My aunt is in much better health. Rest and some company has done her wonders. I hope to return to you and my duties at the house in a matter of days. Until then, keep well, and know that you are always in my thoughts, now and forever. Luke. What's that? Collection slip. A slip for collecting a garment from Goosens & Co. Tailors in Town, dated today. Customer E. Paget. Please bring this receipt with you when you come to collect your garments. The requested alterations of 1 mended sleeve, torn shoulder, 1 replaced button, middle breast, 1 inline tear, right breast pocket. Will be completed by end of day, Monday. Available for collection Tuesday. Mended sleeve. Wait, is this today?
Ah,
Dated today, okay. Wine bottle.
oh,
I wonder who the wine connoisseur of the house is. A vintage like this would fetch quite a price. Okay, I think we are ready to link stuff. Okay, so selection of pastries. I could spend my morning in front of Miss. Okay. Breakfast selection, recently purchased from the local boulangerie. Largely untouched. Unless they plan on eating these for every meal, there is more than enough for those in the house. Okay. Poker stand. Without a fire poker. Wine bottle. I wonder who the wine connoisseur of the house is. Okay. Personalized handkerchief. The initials EP suggest this is Elizabeth. A nasty black suit smudge is apparent. Okay. Wet parcel. A wrapped parcel completely soaked. Address label. Although the package is addressed to E. Paget, there is no house address or stamp. How did this arrive? Formal suit. A mended male suit is inside. A great deal of effort has been put into restoring it. Perhaps it has sentimental value. Notes from Luke. Okay. Collection slip. Slip of collection garment. Okay. Final demand. Okay, that's the phone company. Connection slip.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
It seems someone collected this by hand. Who, I wonder? Parcel was collected from Taylor. Dawdling. Florette was dawdling.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Elizabeth must have requested Florette's assistance this morning, causing her to run late. I doubt Madame was happy about this. Florette was running an errand for Elizabeth. Talk to Elizabeth and Florette to advance the investigation. Okay. Oh, there's one more link to be made. Abandoned poker and poker stand.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
It seems Angeline may have been the last one to use this. Poker was moved. Okay, no more links. There's one link here. Personalized handkerchief. Black smooth lard. Cleaning rag. Those are linked?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Perhaps the handkerchief was used to clean up what the rag did not. Insufficient cleanup. Talk to Elizabeth, okay. Elizabeth has a lot of explaining to do. There's one link here, Romeo and Juliet, okay. Spare key. Cleverly hidden. Hidden upstairs is Romeo and Juliet, okay. Final demand. Oh, the phone. Where's the phone? The telephone not working. It's the final demand.
I should not be surprised by my own skill.
I'm not surprised the telephone does not work. One cannot just ignore financial responsibilities. Financial responsibilities ignored. Selling heirlooms.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
The family must be in a far worse position than I thought. I wonder if such desperation led to drastic actions. Cassandra desperate for money. Valuables are insured.
What a revelation!
It cannot be a coincidence that what is not being sold has recently been insured. There's more to Madame Van den Bosch's accusation of Florette than it seems. A young maid would make it for the perfect scapegoat, and with such coincidental timing, insuring the bracelet, there are still questions to be asked. Theft fits Cassandra's insurance scam. Talk to Cassandra. Okay, I think I'm going to talk to Elizabeth before that. Don't mind me. Okay.
Certainly, officer.
Can you tell me about the package in the lounge?
The lounge? A package?
What package?
Oui, it is quite hard to miss.
Oh, how silly of me. I must have had my head in the clouds this morning. I'm sorry, I can't help you further.
Okay, besides the obvious, was there anything unusual about this morning?
Besides the terrible rain? No. I woke, began my duties with Mademoiselle. I had already laid out a clean dress. I helped her into it, and prepared her for the day before getting started on tidying her room as neat as a pin.
And the bracelet was still there when you left the room for breakfast?
I'm sure of it. I headed down before Mademoiselle Angeline.
You don't by chance happen to be missing an initialed handkerchief?
Why, yes, officer! I misplaced it after wiping a stain from Mademoiselle Angeline's sleeve at breakfast. You are a great detective.
You are not the first to say. Had she not noticed it herself?
So much
I
modesty.
imagine Madame would not allow even the smallest imperfection.
It baffles me how she couldn't have. It was only luck that I spotted it before Madame, and a good thing I did.
Does Madame van den Bosch have any habit of making such quick assumptions?
Madame is under a great deal of strain. It can't have been easy for her to lose her husband, raising Mademoiselle alone. She can be quick to anger.
And this morning, it sounds as though it was such an occasion.
It's not the first time I have had to stand and watch such treatment. I hate to see it. As I said, Madame hasn't had the easiest time.
You said it was not the first time Madame van den Bosch has lost her temper with Florette.
Madame's scolding of Fleurette this morning was the worst I have seen her temper. I wish you could see that Fleurette is just trying to do her best.
Could there have been another reason for such a reaction?
Madame was not happy Fleurette was late. All through breakfast, Madame was watching her with a piercing eye. But she's still learning the way.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Oh, new mind map. Mademoiselle Elizabeth was reluctant to acknowledge the parcel that caused young Florette to be so late. Could there be something behind her avoidance of the subject? If there is a reason, I must establish what it is. Gold band. Okay, formal suit. A man in a male suit is inside. A great deal of effort has been put into restoring it. Perhaps it has sentimental value. Note from Luke. To receive such a note of devotion and love must be a delight. Sign from Luke. To whom is this his love, I wonder? This garden would be more beautiful if treated with the respect it deserves. Bench carving. Declaration of love has been carved into the bench. L loves E. I think L loves E. And a note from Luke.
Magnifique.
Magnifique. The carving acts as a subtle and private reminder for them both. Elizabeth and Luke are courting. The carving acts as a subtle and private reminder for them both. Okay. Gold band then?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Perhaps the relationship is more serious than I first deduced. I wonder what Madame would say. Elizabeth and Luke are betrothed. The formal suit.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
I find the thought of such a plan, cloaked in secrecy, rather romantic, but the secrecy continues to perturb me? Perturb? Mademoiselle Elizabeth was planning to elope with her beloved Luke, but why would she hide such a joyous occasion? I recall her saying Madame van den Bosch does not look fondly on staff relationships, but I cannot help but think there is something else. Talk to Elizabeth. Okay.
Certainly, officer.
You seemed rather excited earlier at the mention of Romeo and Juliet.
How could I not be? I may not enjoy his other works, but how can one not be blown away by a story of two so deeply in love that they will risk everything just to be together?
Especially being able to draw similarities between Verona's star-crossed lovers to yourself and your dearest.
Oh.
But I hadn't told.
Mademoiselle, I am an officer of the law. It is my duty to uncover the truth.
Please, you cannot say anything to Madame. She is against staff relationships of any kind. In her eyes, a relationship between staff is nothing more than a distraction.
But he means so much more to you.
Oh, officer, I have found my soulmate. At first, it was nothing more than pleasantries around the grounds. But that quickly changed. I know it's not proper for a young lady to pursue a gentleman. But once I knew his feelings reciprocated my own, why shouldn't I have followed my heart?
Love transcends professional and societal rules.
The mere thought of him was enough to make me blush. But I knew that Madame would never give her blessing. If we wanted to continue, we would have to do so in secret. The summer evenings here are just so beautiful. I often find myself walking around the grounds after my daily duties are complete. And it was one such evening that Luke was waiting for me at the gazebo.
The gazebo.
He looked ever so handsome. And the poem he had prepared. He had barely started reading and I was already a blubbering mess. Standing there beneath the warm glow of the falling sun, he asked for my hand, and I gave him my heart with no hesitation.
She gave him her heart, but he asked for the hand.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I've been chattering on for so long. You have much more pressing matters than to listen to me rambling aimlessly.
One should never apologize for such a charming and bewitching story of love. But you are correct. While the culprit still eludes us, my work is not yet complete.
Not yet complete. So, the love Mademoiselle Elizabeth and Luc share is obvious, and yet she remains respectful of Madame's ruling, no matter the ridiculous nature of it. I cannot see her defying her code and stealing the bracelet. The investigation continues.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Wait, what? Cassandra watched Florette after she returned. Cassandra previously mistreated Florette. Oh my god. There's a link to be made here. Florette claims innocence. I would say I would try and link this. Cassandra previously mistreated Florette, and Cassandra accused Florette.
I cannot see the logic
No.
in this.
Okay. I don't know. Florette was waiting in Iran for Elizabeth.
Things are beginning
And Cassandra
to
watched
become
Florette after
clearer.
she returned. As she was constantly busy and under the watchful eye of Madame Florette. As she was constantly busy and under the watchful eye of Madame, Florette lacked an opportunity to take the bracelet. Why would Madame accuse her? Florette has no opportunity. Florette claims innocence.
Order and
No?
method. That is the way to... Come, my little
No?
grey cells. We...
Cassandra accused Florette.
Is
No?
there something I am not seeing? Magnifique.
Would Madame seize the opportunity in an attempt to improve and continue to hide her financial woes? Florette was scapegoated. And I need to disable the hints. Is there more to deduce in here? Okay, I've got one link to do. Angeline removed soot stain. Okay. Elizabeth mourning. Fallen suit. Angeline removes suit.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
She must have used the cleaning rag to reach into the chimney, keeping her hands soot free. The thing is hidden in the chimney. Angeline reached into the chimney. Inspect the chimney. Okay. Wait, I need to talk to Florette, right? Talk to Elizabeth and Florette. Okay.
Anything to show you I didn't do it. And Madame, I need this job, monsieur.
Was it you who collected the parcel this morning while in town?
Yes. Another thing on my to-do list. I'm afraid it's not in the same condition as when I picked it up.
At whose request?
It was a favor for Lizzie. I didn't mind having to get it.
Wait, who's Liz? Oh, Lisbeth. Okay.
Merci. I shall take everything you have told me into consideration.
Okay. Where's the thing? Oh, okay, it's done.
Oh.
Now is the time to confirm my suspicions.
What are you doing there? I wouldn't get too close. Soot is forever spitting onto the floor.
Merci for the warning, mademoiselle.
I must find a way to distract Mademoiselle Angeline if I am to confirm my theory.
The longer you're here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
Fire away, fire away. So, would you say that your maman is happy with young Florette's work?
Maman is never happy with anything these days. Also, Florette does have a habit of not doing things exactly how Maman wants them done.
And how does she react when she sees Florette not doing things the correct way?
Maman has the temperament of a kicked cat. Florette has often been on the wrong side of it.
That is how she responded today?
She was shouting at her, and when Florette would not admit she took the bracelet, Maman really lost her temper. I have not seen her that angry before.
You
Okay.
have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything I can to find the culprit and return.
Shiny bracelet. Okay, how do I distract her? Rag is covered in black powder. Okay. Gotta go by. Alright, have a good night, Gizmoyo. Cassandra became aggressive with Florette. Cassandra previously mistreated Florette.
Another success.
All signs are pointing to Florette being treated rather harshly by Madame. Would Madame escalate such mistreatment? Florette is mistreated by Madame. One more link. Florette was scapegoat.
What a revelation!
Her incarceration appears to be the latest in a series of abuses by Madame. I have no doubt in Florette's innocence. What I do doubt is the behavior of Madame Van den Bosch. If what I have heard is true, her treatment towards Florette is disgraceful. Florette is innocent. Talk to Florette. Okay. Okay, so I wasn't completely sure that this game would be. Oh, wait, what's that? Collection of books. Some of the greatest authors and novels throughout history. But I don't know, it's rather funny, this game.
Anything to show you I didn't do it. And Madame, I need this job, monsieur.
This is not the first time Madame Van den Bosch has taken her anger out on you, is it?
She never used to be such a witch. When the Viscount was alive, she was much nicer. He was the head of the house, he gave the orders, and he treated us right.
Going to bed, Mrs.? Alright, have a good night, Mrs. I think we're close to solving the thing, though.
I would have gone long ago, monsieur, but my family can't afford for me to be picky about my employment.
I was not aware you were supporting your family, and at such a young age.
Papa lost his job at the factory just before he left for good, so Maman had to work even more. I was old enough, so I went to work. When I joined the Van den Bosch house, the Viscount was very kind. I didn't think he would care, but he wanted to help. He gave me some extra in my first pay pack, enough to keep the landlord from kicking Mama out at least. No one had ever been that nice before. I didn't know what to say, but all he wanted me to do was work hard for her. He even let me to go home and visit Mama and my brothers at Christmas, with a food parcel from the kitchen. Mama said she had never seen so much food. It's always been hard for her. Even before he left for good, Papa wasn't around much, and even when he was, we both wished he wasn't. My brothers were too young to remember what he was like, I hope. When I walked in Mama's house, everything seemed so much smaller. I must have got too used to the size of this house. I swear, you could fit our house in just this lounge. We didn't have much, but we didn't want for much. It was simple and it was home.
The valuables in the house do not determine the love it shares.
Oh, such a wise man.
Someone should tell Madame that. Not that she'd listen anyways.
I will uncover the truth of what happened today, mademoiselle. That, I promise you.
The Viscount's kind nature shines through again. His treatment of the staff is quite a contrast from that of the madames. Wait, this phrase is a bit weird. From the way this young mademoiselle speaks of her family, I cannot believe she would risk her employment at the house and put them into an even worse position.
Merci. I shall take everything you have told me into consideration.
I need to talk to her now.
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine.
Push on information regarding finances.
If you have something to ask, officer, I
wait,
suggest
what?
you stop
What is
wasting
this?
my time further and just get on with it.
Question with the icon indicate that a dialogue challenge is available for this character. Choose the question marked with to begin. What is that? From here, pay attention to the question marked with break as you make your choices. Depending on how you approach Cassandra, you may or may not be able to extract new evidence from her. Oh my god! I have to be careful about what I say. Okay, I have already seen and heard how hot-tempered Madame Van den Bosch can be. I should approach this with some sensitivity. Understanding. My apologies, Madame. I was merely thinking about what Florette has done to your family. Uh-huh.
And this is how she repays me? I will not be happy until I see her sufficiently punished.
Complimentary. I am grateful for your vigilance, but it's time for the proper authorities to decide fate. Pathetic. I can understand your anger. Her action broke your trust and have affected you all. Her punishment should be decided according to the law, not by the lady of the house. I understand your anger.
I am glad you have finally come to your senses and have seen her guilt.
Forward. I could not help noticing the art being sent to the auctioneer and the unpaid bills. Inquisitive. Since the death of your husband, have you struggled to keep the house in the position it was? Sympathetic. It must be difficult raising Mademoiselle Angeline and running the house alone. Okay. This one.
It is challenging at times, I will admit. But I can assure you the Van den Bosch name is as strong and prevalent as it has always been.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
I have tried my best to provide for Angeline, although sometimes she may not see it that way.
Uh-huh.
She is not to know about what we have discussed. It is my burden to carry.
You are accepting the hand you have been dealt and raising a fine young mademoiselle. That is all that can be asked of you.
And you have done nothing but bother my staff and my family. I cannot stand here any longer and listen to this second-rate officer speaking such drivel.
Did I? Madame Van den Bosch offers me the smallest slither of emotion, showing how she cares for her daughter. Before she makes haste for the door, is it out of embarrassment, or perhaps there is something she is still trying to hide? I wonder if Mademoiselle Angeline noticed Madame's abrupt departure. Congratulations, you broke down Cassandra's defenses and obtained some new evidence. In this case, it seems like you really hit a nerve with Cassandra. Okay, but what does it mean? I wonder if Mademoiselle Angeline noticed Madame's abrupt departure.
The longer you are here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
You have been of great help.
What am I supposed to do now? Inspect the chimney. Can I do it? I suppose this is one such occasion when I must literally get my hands dirty. Wait, she's just turned her back to us? Is that all we needed? That's weird. And here is the bracelet. It was carefully concealed inside a rectangular metal tin. There it is. Okay, so what's... Angeline stashed her keepsake in the chimney. The bracelet. Angeline's missing bracelet, as I suspected, inside the tin of keepsakes from her father. It was missing after all, well hidden in a more appropriate... hidden is a more appropriate term. Okay. So what do we link? suit, bracelet. Wait, what am I supposed to link? I'm not sure. The photograph?
This will
No.
not get me any closer to my goal.
The fallen suit?
Is there
No.
something I...
Someone forced the window from inside. Angeline's mourning. Oh, maybe that.
I cannot see the
No.
logic in this. Perhaps a second...
Oh, the rag removed suit stain. But that can't be it.
I must take a different approach if I am...
Mourning. Valuables are insured. And she stashed the things.
Order and method. That...
Wait, what? What am I missing? Maybe I do need the hints. Wait, they're on? Someone forced the window open from inside.
I
What?
should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Didn't I already do that? I thought I did. To stage a burglary and let it go so far is totally unacceptable. I can't believe I allowed Mademoiselle Angeline to deceive me for so long, hiding the bracelet inside the chimney and staging a burglary, all part of a calculated and devious plan. I should bring this investigation to an end. Enough of my time has already been wasted, but I will not be satisfied until I know why. Talk to Elizabeth. I'm pretty sure I know why. Because she was worried that her mother would sell the bracelet. That's why. I'm gonna remove the hints again.
The longer you're here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means, fire away.
You have been of great...
Wait, who do I need to talk to? Talk to Elizabeth. Okay, oh my god. I'm exhausted. We better put an end to this.
Certainly, officer.
I'm ready to address the house. I believe it is time the truth behind the missing bracelet was revealed.
You have found the culprit. And the bracelet.
Everything will be revealed in good time. Would you be so kind as to gather everyone in the lounge?
Oh, the big reveal!
Of course.
Merci, Mademoiselle Elizabeth, for gathering everyone. Will Madame Van den Bosch be joining us shortly?
She stormed past me not long ago, and I've not seen her return.
Very well. Under usual circumstances, I would wait. But I think we have spent enough time on this matter, n'est-ce pas? We shall have to proceed without her. This morning started like any other. My usual ordinary patrol, until I was approached by Mademoiselle Elizabeth about a suspected burglary and a missing bracelet.
A crime I've been falsely blamed for.
That I shall come to. I began my investigation outside, but it was not long before I realized there were no signs of an intruder, so I turned my focus to those in the house. You. Florette, your time here at the house has not always been the easiest for you, shall we say?
I do what Madame tells me.
And to the highest standard, I presume.
Madame's standards are very high. I do.
And you would at least expect fair treatment for the
Oh,
work,
sorry.
not to be spoken to in such a cruel and vicious way.
Monsieur?
I refer to how poorly Madame Van den Bosch treats you. You are at her beck and call, and she does nothing but belittle you.
That is Maman you're talking about. Just wait until...
It is nothing but the truth I speak, mademoiselle. All the while, mademoiselle stands by and does not even notice such cruelty. That must have Perhaps you thought it was time they deserved some retribution.
Stop trying to put words in her mouth.
I am merely giving her a voice, one that has been silenced for so long.
Maybe I do think she deserves it. She's had the world handed to her on a plate, and the likes of me get nothing.
A motive begins to rear its head.
You're just trying to get me to admit to something. Well, I've done nothing.
Allow me to finish. I am sure you will want to hear what follows.
Oh, wait. You were tasked with fetching breakfast from the town for the house. As well as fetching breakfast to the house, you took another task, on which ended up delaying you further.
I was only trying to help.
As any friend would, even knowing your late return would anger Madame Van den Bosch further. But in the matter of the missing bracelet, it gave you a rather solid alibi.
I told you I didn't do it!
There is no feasible way that you could have made it into Mademoiselle Angeline's room while she was present with Mademoiselle Elizabeth, removed the bracelet, and still completed your duties. Which takes us to Mademoiselle Elizabeth. Mademoiselle Elizabeth, you have been with the Van den Bosch family for quite some time now, correct?
That is correct.
You have grown close with both ladies of the house and your fellow members of the house staff, would you say?
Of course. And I certainly hope they feel the same.
And yet, there are still secrets that are kept from them. But there are still certain private matters that I am not aware of. It's the same thing. Why do we have a choice? But there are still certain private matters they are not aware of.
Officer, please.
Elizabeth, what is he talking about?
I am referring to the lengths Mademoiselle Elizabeth has gone to remain in your maman's employment.
In your mama's... My god, who speaks like that?
It is Madame's house. She can enforce whatever rules she chooses.
Even if they are going against the very nature and cornerstone of man, to love.
I still do not understand.
Perhaps that is best for everyone. It is neither my place nor my want to make this situation any more awkward than it needs to be.
Yet you mentioned it.
Oh, thank you.
Besides, it was not that story that cleared Mademoiselle Elizabeth's name, rather Florette's.
Florette? But she was not here for most of the morning.
But when she was, more precisely while preparing the table in the lounge, she noted that, against regularity, you arrived alone for breakfast, without Mademoiselle Angeline by your side.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
It means that I found myself with two suspects with potential motives. But with a lack of opportunity, I was left with only one. Mademoiselle Angeline.
You can't believe I would hide my own bracelet.
It is the only explanation that remains, but perhaps Florette would be more satisfied hearing the truth from you. I think it's time for the truth to be told. The masquerade has gone on long enough. Perhaps Florette would be more satisfied hearing the truth from you.
I have nothing to say.
You would rather allow a faithful member of your staff to take the blame for your juvenile and adolescent actions? You acted out of fear, which is nothing we have not all done before.
How dare you speak to me like that? You have no idea what you are talking about.
I know that losing a father at such a young age must be horrific and terrifying.
You can't actually believe I would hide my own jewelry.
If you didn't, explain to me how your memento tin with the bracelet inside came to be lodged inside the chimney of your bedroom fireplace.
You have no proof I put it there.
Besides you being the only one in the room alone, even after finding the bracelet, I still did not know why you had done it. Until I contemplated why Madame was selling so many heirlooms and art.
You had no right to snoop through our house in the first place.
When it is part of my investigation, I have every right, mademoiselle. The unpaid bills and final notice from the telephone company.
Maman can do what she wants with her art. That means nothing.
But when there was no more art to sell, what then? You could not risk her taking your father's bracelet and selling it. So, you staged a burglary pretending it had been taken, preventing her from selling it. Then you stood back as the innocent Florette paid the price.
She didn't think about me at all. She was going to take my bracelet and sell it off. It would have just ended up on some old wrinkly wrist. I didn't think Maman would blame her. I didn't think she would do anything.
But she did. And somehow that evidently didn't cross your mind. When Madame returns, you shall have it all to explain.
Maman can't know what I have done. She will be furious.
But Mademoiselle Florette will be proved innocent. And that is what is important. No crime has been committed, so I see no reason why this should continue any longer. It is time you considered the consequences of your actions. And now, you must face them head on.
Maman has returned.
Maman, you're home.
Of course I am. And I've brought someone that will bring some order to this chaos.
Major Felix Hagen. He may hold the rank of major in the British Army, but I question his authority here at all. Wait, so is this England? In police matters, I am the authority. This is my investigation, and I will not have Madame dictating the results any longer.
Major, I can assure you I have this situation under control.
From what I have heard, you are far from it.
The missing bracelet has been found, and the guilty party has been identified.
I am well aware that the maid-servant was behind it all, and yet I see her standing as free and innocent as you and me.
I am sure Madame van den Bosch has informed you of her suspicions, but I'm afraid it was merely speculation.
Excuse me?
After conducting a full investigation, the evidence and facts led me to deduce...
Mademoiselle Florette could not have taken it as she was in town most of this morning, including the time that bracelet was taken.
I certainly hope you are not accusing my daughter of...
I'm sorry, Maman, he's right. Florette is innocent. I just wanted to show you.
Shh, girl. I will not have you guilted into taking the blame for that sticky-fingered girl.
What? Madame Van den Bosch refuses to acknowledge even a fraction of what has really taken place. I shall not let this continue any longer. Any guilt your daughter feels should be only from actions today.
Officer Poirot, a word. Madame Van den Bosch was forced to make her way to inform me, alone, I might add, of the goings-on at the house today.
Major, with all due respect, she was impeding the investigation.
This may be how some officers act in the city, but here we show respect to our citizens. You are an officer of the law and should act as such. Insubordination like this will not be tolerated.
What?
As the ranking officer, I have conducted my investigation and...
Ranking officer? Ha! You are an auxiliary officer. You have little authority over anyone, let alone a major. You would be wise to remember who is close friends with your commanding officer. After what I have heard of your past in the city, I'm sure he would look upon today's events as another failure at the hands of Officer Poirot.
As absurd as this has become, I must select my battles more tactfully. I only hope the captain at the station will see things with more sense.
Oui, Major.
Now I suggest you do your duty and escort the maidservant to the station where she can be formally charged and a sufficient punishment handed out.
What? No!
Right away.
My God. Is really happening?
I'm sorry, mademoiselle. This is not the outcome I expected.
Maman was right. We'll always pay the price for the upper class's actions.
We will do everything we can to clear your name.
What can you do now? Madame said I'm guilty of a crime and I'll be punished. That's that.
A crime that was never committed. Once the truth is explained, this wrong shall be set right.
Angeline did not intend for you to be arrested. Surely you know her better than that.
I should have known better than to expect anything else. Justice and fairness don't reach the likes of me.
This young lady has already faced so much mistreatment at the hand of Madame Van den Bosch. I shall not allow her punishment to continue.
What you saw today was not justice. In the eyes of the law, you are innocent and have been harshly treated and wrongly accused. No one will be going to jail.
But that doesn't help my employment, does it?
That I cannot save. But your freedom, I shall make sure of that.
I feel like an imposter dressed in police clothing. I was brought here today as a representative of the law, and any shred of authority I had was dashed at the hand of the major. I refuse to allow justice to waver and for it to become nothing more than a hand for those that wish to play it, as and when they choose. This is not the first time I have seen the law bent to fit one's purpose, but it will certainly be the last time I fail to stop it.
Detective Poirot, I trust this finds you well. It has been many years since our paths last crossed, and while I'm sure your recollection of the events may differ from mine, I hope that receiving this letter has not rekindled a sense of animosity toward myself or the Van der Bosch name. The impression you made is something that has stayed with me since that day. It compelled me to reconsider the spoilt young lady I would have inevitably become and helped shape me into the woman I wished to be. You made me see the childish and selfish girl in me that did not consider the consequences of her actions or how they may affect others. Although Maman may see the events of that day differently, I believe the compassion you showed for our mate Florette, as well as the drive to uncover the truth and accept no alternative, was a testament to your character and professionalism. Although I wish it were under different circumstances, your assistance is once again required, and I hope you will consider this as my formal request for your service. This forthcoming weekend was due to be one full of joy and happiness at the announcement of my engagement to Gideon Demire, whom I love dearly, bringing together two illustrious families, but it has been shadowed by deceit, extortion, and blackmail.
Oh God.
The Van der Bosch name is being held to ransom by a mysterious party, and I am afraid I do not know who I can and cannot trust. We are holding a small gathering to celebrate our exciting news with what Maman calls the dignified elite, those that are well respected and held in high regard in both our close inner circle and society. Our private matters have always remained just that, so I fear one of those invited may be the person who is out to ruin our name, but for reasons I cannot fathom. I have enclosed a first-class rail ticket for you to join us for the announcement, and having contacted your superiors and the correct authorities to request your assistance, which they were more than happy to grant me, I shall expect your arrival with great anticipation. There shall be a carriage waiting for you at the station to bring you directly to Mnemosyne House. I thank you in advance in our time of crisis. Yours respectfully, Angeline van der Bosch.
It's in Belgium. Wait, is it in Belgium? That's why they have a Dutch name. I'm gonna have to check that out. Chapter 1, the blackmail. We're gonna stop here. Is it just save? Okay. Gonna hope it's saved. Alright. Well, so I have to say, I liked that game much more than I thought I would, which is good news. So we're gonna continue that probably tomorrow night. Alright. So in the meantime, please take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.